Well, hey, everyone, good morning. Welcome to the Blue Gamer Bluecast Morning Show. I'm your host, Adam Blue, 30 plus your video game enthusiast, industry analyst, and today for March 9th, 2026, I'll run through the latest gaming news, what I've been playing, etc., etc. Hope everyone's had a good weekend. For the different games that I played, there's not really anything that's my main right now. I'm still in that phase where I'm just playing a bunch of different things just for fun. Again, the last thing I was thinking of going through Xenoblade Chronicles 2, but it's pretty rough in terms of UI and the menu stuff. So I was thinking of just jump into 3, but I don't know. Then I'm playing some other games. So we'll talk about that here in a second. We've got some news, bunch of different little things actually for today. So let's try to keep it positive too. I'm going to try to do that. So let's see. Yeah, I guess I'll go ahead and jump into that. Also, I guess, yeah, against my will, we are dog sitting like 2 dogs, and yeah, they are, you might hear them in the background. It's one of those things when you get married, sometimes you don't really get to have a say in everything. And look, I got my video games, I've got my action figures. So I guess if she wants 2 extra dogs for 4 days while we work and trying to juggle taking the kids to school. Okay, well. So yeah, that's what's going on this week. Let me tell you. If it's not one thing, it's another. Last week it was the AC. We had to deal with getting a whole new AC. Okay. I guess let's jump into news. I mean, to what I've been playing. We'll do news here in a second. Yeah, so again, like I'm not really playing a main thing. I mean, Scott Pilgrim EX, I guess, is the main thing that just dropped. That's a lot of fun, but that's a pretty short game. I mean, I haven't beat it yet, but it's one of those things. Demon X Machina, playing a little bit of that more, but it's interesting. There is this weird duality with the game where it has everything you'd want in a game like this, but there's not much to really do with it. Like, it reminds me of Avengers. That Avengers, that one that was like the multiplayer, but like the character controls were really cool. It's just when you went out to do stuff sometimes, there wasn't too much to it. It's almost like that. It's almost like that. That's another maybe live service open world convergence when it comes to like different mechanics and genres and what people are into. Where there's like kind of a shared DNA, I don't know. But anyway, speaking of open world, I went back to Dragon's Dogma 2 because I'm at the post Endgame stuff. And it's actually pretty hard. I would almost say it's like harder than Elden Ring. And the other thing too is there's like a time component to this where I think I have a limited amount of time to go through the world of Dragon's Dogma, but it's in this unmoored, I guess, realm where there's no water, like in any of the lakes or the ocean or anything. You could walk around there. There's tons of these crazy, like, I don't know, sorcerer demon skeletons that are just like down in the ocean, that's now barren and dry, kind of just out there to cause problems. Like they cause like blizzards and tornadoes, and it's funny because you have a limited time in this. So I'm sitting there like fighting them, having fun, and I'm like, man, I'll be here forever just trying to get to the boss, because what it is there's these 3 beams of light, or 4 red beams of light coming from the sky, and you can look up and see them, and you have to go there to fight a boss. And the one I fought last night, hard as hell. And there was a bunch of different issues. Just getting to the boss was hard, and I lost my pawns along the way. So then I'm the only one fighting the boss, and well, I get my butt kicked. It sends me back, and I could load my last save, start from unmoored day 1 or unmoored day 2, which is interesting. So I don't know why it allows me to go back different days. I don't know, I guess, because I'm just jumping into play. If it's giving me multiple days to go back to, do I need to treat how I play differently? Where it's, okay, if I'm not gonna complete this during this time? Do I just go back to a different day? I don't know. I don't know, and I don't know how much I care because really I just wanted to jump back into it. Look, Dragon's Dogma still has amazing gameplay. I can't wait for more. I've played the crap out of it. I kind of went back to see if there's any other places on the map I hadn't visited. And it was interesting because then as I was looking at the world, it's like it's smaller than I remembered. It's because it's full of a lot of dungeons. And there's a lot of like linearity where there's mountain ranges where you're not really supposed to go around or pass or anything. Fun game. Man, thinking about it a lot. That's it. Okay, Scott Pilgrim EX. Yeah, playing this one, and I like it. I feel like its structure, it reminds me of the River City Girls, you know, where it does the sort of, when you walk off the screen, you're in the next area, almost Metroidvania-like, where then you're walking back and forth. Sometimes, though, just the way the design is in the levels, it has less of a cohesion. Like the original Scott Pilgrim game, this seems to be very much like it's a game that knows it's a game and it's designed that way. Whereas the original Scott Pilgrim game was more of, here's a game that takes place during the Scott Pilgrim story. So I don't think that's a bad thing necessarily, but there are moments when I'm playing the Scott Pilgrim EX game where it's just, I know I'm playing a game. It's very weird. I don't know how to make that make sense, but I guess because of this, I'm not as wowed or I'm not as pulled in into the atmosphere of the game. Like for instance, there's so many callbacks to, oh man, like what level was I just on that was like, it was like multiple callbacks to different video games in one. Yeah, the Castlevania. They had one that was like Castlevania, what is it? Ghosts and Goblins or Demon's Crest, Bloodborne. It's like, so I guess that's another way to explain it. As I'm playing it, I'm just seeing all the callbacks to other video games and stuff like that. So it's hard for me to feel like I'm in this world. It's more of, oh, here's just a Celebration game. So it's like not a bad thing, but it just feels different. Okay, and that was it. Was that it? Was that it? This Exophase, did it pick up everything I played? Because that doesn't seem like it was that much. Because again, when I'm not like in a main game, I'm not playing like a lot. So yeah, this weekend was a little light. You know, I was working on a bunch of Gundam videos, so there was time doing that, but I was actually doing more, and I guess that's an interesting balance. When I have my free time, I balance, okay, how much am I going to work on like video content for my channels? How much am I going to play games? And from that, I have to like balance what I do. And I think this weekend was just more content than games, I guess. Okay, let's jump into some news. Hey, and Jim Killix, good to see you. Okay. Zeneko, or Zeneko, is a high-end run-and-gun that aims to stand shoulder to shoulder with Metal Slug. Okay, that sounds cool to me. Let's see, new high-end run-and-gun homebrew game for Sega Genesis, Mega Drive, and Neo Geo. Let's take a look at this. It's like I'm just reading the title over and over, and it's like, how many times do I have to click in to get to the content? Okay, what's this? That looks cool.
Zeneko is a high-end quality game for Mega Drive systems.
Interesting. High-end. It's interesting that it has to say high-end because I don't know what that's supposed to mean. This looks just like... I mean, it looks cool. Oh, okay, so there's a Kickstarter that's going to come out. So, we still have some time on this. I think I can do... No, that's not the button. Is it theater mode? Yeah, there we go. That looks better. Okay, we'll see. That was very... I was thinking this was a whole new game, and no, it is, but it's waiting. They're waiting for a Kickstarter, so I have to wait anyway. All right, Microsoft CEO on Xbox's future will always invest in gaming. That's kind of what my whole thing was. Sure, talk about a console, talk about cloud gaming, blah, blah, blah. But let's get down to the meat of it. So at the end of the day, they will always invest in gaming, and I think that really has to do with, user visibility, et cetera, et cetera. Um, and I think this makes sense. I feel like Microsoft is the type of company. I mean, even Google invests into gaming. And no, I'm not talking about Stadia. That's been long gone. I mean, they have their whole Android Play platform. It is. I think it's very normal for a big corporation that's in multiple areas, especially technology, to have games because games help people stay on the technology. But I think the difference here is Microsoft going to take gaming seriously? So I think what we've learned is there's really only a small subset of gamers or of people that play the PC console game compared to the mobile. And so for Microsoft, I don't think it's like not as big of a deal, but I think what they're doing is laying a foundation, and that's what they did before, and then they lost sight of it. And that's what any company does. Sony does it too. You got to lay this foundation where you're priming, grooming younger consumers, and that's why, like right now, as a 40-year-old, I'm buying, action figures based on properties when I was a kid. I mean, I've got like, my Wolverine, and who knows, would I get into like X-Men if I just discovered them now? I don't know, but I know I did with Gundam. There's particulars with that. So what Microsoft is seeing is they've already got this age group. It's about as people grow up, and kids right now are playing more Roblox or Fortnite. It's about those options being anywhere. So if that a kid is just growing up playing Roblox on his PC, there's more of a chance of him playing Xbox than PlayStation. And I feel like they know bottom line they have to make sure they're investing into that. So let's see what this quote is. Phil Spencer, he's always talked to me about how gaming is the largest entertainment category. What is gaming in its most expansive form going forward? This doesn't mean we walk away from we don't walk away from what people are doing today when we think about a AAA game on console. The question is about where else can we go to extend that. For me, we're long on gaming. We'll continue to invest, always do so. It's up to this team to show an excellence in execution and creativity. So he's pretty much saying exactly he's like, it's really up to the team to really execute, show the creativity. And I think that's what that's why it's always seemed like maybe Xbox isn't a big deal to them. It's like, no, it is. It's just if we have to invest into gaming, and if we're going to do it, we got to do it right. So that's interesting. And that does have a bit of a soullessness to it. It does. It really does. I think more sort than Sony. I think Sony gaming it's almost like they're trying to be the cool. They're not cool, and they're trying to be the cool kid of gaming, and it looks like it's working. But then you look deeper, and you're like, well, I don't know. But I feel like there's more soul in that. There's more soul in trying. Okay. But I'm not trying to say Microsoft is soulless. I think when you have the means to the end, like what Sadia is saying, and then you have someone like Phil Spencer, and there's like, hey, let's get backwards compatibility, and that is awesome. Okay. This is a big deal. Sony confirms exactly who you'll be controlling in Castlevania Belmont's Curse. So as soon as they showed Belmont's Curse and I saw the protagonist, I immediately thought it was Sonia Belmont. She is in Castlevania Legends, which is a Game Boy game that they made non-canon. So she still exists, and it's within this time period, even though I think this is later than she would have been in the non-canon game, Castlevania Legends on Game Boy. When they showed the trailer and it looked like it was Sonya, the rest of the trailer did not expand on any of the detail, the lore. We didn't know what was going to be going on. But then Sony had this thing for, I guess, Women's Month, where they're showing the new Belmont's Curse, and they're saying Sonya Belmont. Like, this is the first confirmation other than obviously her looking like it. Like, when I'm watching the Belmont's Curse trailer, for someone like me that knows Castlevania, for me, that was obvious. Oh, that's her. That's Sonia Belmont. but they didn't say that, and then people were saying like him, he, like because no one knew, and they just assumed maybe it's a guy with long hair, whatever. But Sony confirmed it in a blog post about Women's Month. So that is cool. There's a reason to me that's pretty cool, because this is not only is this a new Castlevania game, but they are thinking about story, even to the point of this is a deep cut for fans. And I guess, is it a deep cut for fans? It's not a deep cut for fans, but for them to choose to do this story, this character, means they're filling in some gaps. It's almost like, when Force Awakens was coming out and we're like, okay, what about Plagueis? Look at the staff Ray had. They designed Ray's staff after Plagueis' staff. It's in the concept art. It's like, oh my God, they're going to do it. They're going to, no. This is doing it. This is connecting. This Belmont's Curse is giving us, or a Castlevania fan, I would say pretty much the best case scenario for a story. There was other things I thought they would just do, like a present day or far future, and they have done that actually. But I just mean because that time hasn't, like, they've done 1999, they've done like 2040 something, if I remember correctly. So they could fill some more generations modern, but no, they're going back, filling in a character that has a game, but it's not canon. And again, as excited as I am about this Castlevania game, the graphics aren't classical, like the classic Gothic, almost Universal monsters. Like the abstract art style here kind of softens the seriousness. So anyway, still exciting. All right, Nintendo of America sues U.S. government over tariffs. Wow. Now here's my thing. Look, tariffs happen. That's above my pay grade. I know it only affected things that were like consumer products, not necessarily my need to haves. So not too big of a deal. I did notice with some, like, it's pretty interesting. Shipping has changed for when I like import action figures from Japan, but it hasn't been any more expensive. It's just that it takes a little longer, or you're going through someone else. And Nintendo's known to sue people, even creators. But in this case, hey, if you can really point out that it was wrong for the United States to do that, and that helps Nintendo somehow, I'm down with Nintendo seeking a way to kind of help them. If this is to help it make it easy for consumers to get their product, and not just, hey, we wanted more money off of it. Otherwise, I don't know. Here's another thing. I'm not going super deep into this, just surface level, hey, this is what's going on, because sometimes this is just formality stuff. Like, the lawyers are like, hey, yeah, I mean, how much this will affect gaming is probably when then I would go deeper into a subject like this. All right, here's something interesting. This is more the news I like to cover. Music composer for Xenoblade series finishes recording session she's been working on since summer 2024. That's almost 2 years, right? So what could they be working on? It was my first large-scale recording session as a solo composer, so I was very nervous, but we were able to successfully complete 3 sessions across summer, winter, and spring. 86 tracks. The project has not been announced yet, but I am very much looking forward to sharing it when the time comes. How fascinating. Recording session of a soundtrack around. That's cool. So is this the next Xenoblade game? Let's see something here. I'm trying to just highlight. Oh my gosh. Let's just highlight the name and see what the other games were. Xenoblade Chronicles 3, not anything X related. which could be fine. Let's see. Yeah, look at. Oh, okay. Xenoblade Chronicles, Smash, and then Xenoblade Chronicles 2, Definitive Edition, Xenoblade Chronicles 3. So that's pretty cool. Interesting to see. It's probably Xenoblade Chronicles 4, right? That's why I need to either get on 2 or 3. Okay. So that is it for today's news. We're going to jump into some Scott Pilgrim. All right, so okay, we're about to go into that Castlevania Bloodborne place I was talking about. Man, let me get these people. It gets pretty crazy. Are they just coming non-stop? Normally, there's only a certain number. Okay. Let me get some coins. Alright. Oh! Hey, the new boss brought me in to guard this hallway and take care of any loiters. Guess that means you. Uh-oh. Oh, took care of him. Nice. Oh. All right. Cool. And I guess being that it is a Metroidvania, some of that, is interesting because I have been going back and forth here. I was done here, had me go somewhere else, had me come back. So it's, and then as you go, as you see, there's different enemies, different items to get. It's like if you're into that, which they've done it pretty good here. Yeah, pretty cool music. Oh, a key. Oh. Nice. Oh. Okay. Get the coins here. Now, yeah, hold up. Oh, okay, so I have to go with this key down and I don't. Oh, moly! Oh, and there's a whip. See, all Castlevania-like. And then that's like Dante from Devil May Cry. Okay. All right, so from here, I'm going here. I'll be taking that key. What? And this is totally like Golden Axe. I don't know if you guys remember Golden Axe. There'd be the little elf guys that you could get stuff from. Oh, no way. Oh, I like there's someone hiding behind the thing like Mario 3 when I was playing earlier. I was like, hey guys, there's that secret. Oh. Maybe they come out once this is all done. Oh my Holy moly. You guys are... Wow. Oh. Alright. Well, do I get my key back and there's someone back here? Ninja, you didn't see me. The last ninja in Toronto is very good at hiding. Goodbye. Oh, that's cool. And there's the key back here. Alright, so does that go to this? Oh! I guess that's what I was supposed to do anyway. I've seen it keep... Oh no, it's saying go in there, so this might be a secret. Oh. Oh, another Mario thing. For Mario 3? I don't know. Oh, so that's all that is? Okay. I like that. Very Mario. So, another part I haven't talked about this, I guess, much is its combat controls for a beat 'em up, and it's actually pretty good. I think it's better than Ninja Turtles because there's 2 attack buttons as well. Yeah, it has more involved. Now, I have to go back. Oh, there's another place I could use a key. I wonder if I should have done that. Okay. The other thing I'm gonna do is... And it's like, you have to do this often. It's just to buy food, get your health back up. Although, I think the thing I need is over this way. Because you can order it to go, so it's like you have extra food on you just in case. Yeah. Okay. Wait. Oh no. Oh, I bought the wrong one. I meant to buy this one. Okay. So then, yeah, now I have it for when I'm doing a fight and my health is low. Get some health back that way. Okay, this, yeah, just going back to the castle. Castlevania, yeah, exactly, man. There's so many little Easter eggs. Oh. Oh, it's saying this is where I'm supposed to be. No, it's saying go this way. Oh. Wait, it's telling me to go this way. And it's telling me to go in here. There's something in here. Oh. See that bell? Alright, well, I don't know what to do yet, but it's somewhere here. I'm gonna head out. Ugh. That was a lot of fun. This is a good game. Alright, let's Alright, so that's it for today. I hope you had a lot of fun. I'll be back with some more on Wednesday, actually. Tomorrow will be Gundam Explained. So, I'll see you then. Alright, guys. See you. Bye.